pilots, arm your quads.
That way!
Hey, how's it going, guys? So this is the Skip and Carter show, and I'm Skip, and Carter is outside working on a drone right now. He's test flying a drone. So Brody's in the background here. There's Brody. He's working on a drone also. So we got some new stuff to talk about here. And something we just got in the store is HDzero AIO 5 and with the Eco Cam. So some people have talked about the Lux Cam and the Eco Cam, and I'm not too sure which one is better. I know the Eco Cam actually weighs less than the Lux Cam, and the Lux Cam is supposed to be just a little bit better quality. So we've decided to go with the Eco Cam with the less weight, because we're always trying to get as little weight as possible on a whoop. So that's why we went with the Eco Cam, and we just released this whoop right here. So we now have an HDzero race whoop. So this whoop is now on the website, and it comes with the Eco Cam. It weighs 18.6 grams. So we will see some footage from this one racing. I just flew it just a second ago, and I think it's amazing because I can go all around the shop and not lose any footage or anything in the goggles, any live feed in the goggles, and it looks amazing. So, hey, how's it going, Lucas? How's it going, Kevin? Hey, how's it going, Centrix? Nice to see you guys in the chat here. So, let's do it. Huh?
Is that Kevin Nee?
Kevin Turner. All right, so we're going to go top down, and so here is the HDzero board, and we'll talk about that a little bit here. So this is a brand new one here. I'm going to open it up, and so here's a little unboxing of the HDzero, and there's the top, there's the foam. Okay, so what we first see in here, and I've noticed that these come in different colors. The power cord has shrink wrap on it, and they come in different colors. This one's yellow. The ones I've seen is black and yellow so far. And then here's the little baggie of goodies they have. They've got motor plugs in here and an antenna, and we'll go ahead and dump it out here. So here's the little micro antenna they have, and they have motor plugs. Here, let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, let me fix that. All right, now you guys can see a little bit better here. And here is the chip right here. So this chip is a pretty thick chip for an AIO. So that means it's going to be a little bit more weight than a normal AIO chip. But you're getting HDzero. So let me find a chip here to compare it to. So this is a normal chip and the HDzero chip, and you can actually see a pretty big difference on how thick that is. But before, you would have to have an eco chip with this. So if you wanted HDzero, this is what you're looking at before. You're looking at these two chips versus this one chip. So that is definitely a big improvement than just having those two chips. And we'll take a look at the EcoCam also. So the EcoCam is going to be in this box here, and we'll open this box up. So here is what it looks like when you open it up, and then the EcoCam is in here, and it's the same EcoCam except for one thing. This EcoCam has the wires on the bottom. So the old EcoCam, they have the wires on the top. So you have a little bit of improvement there because you don't have to have your wires. Yeah, here's the old EcoCam. So you got the wires on the top on this one and the wires on the bottom on the new one. And the reason why that's an improvement is because the longer the wires are, the more weight you're going to be adding. So them being on top, you have to extend the wires a lot to get to the board. Them being on bottom, you just have to bend them around and solder them like they are here. And if you can see, the wires are on the bottom, and we've cut like half the wire length off by them being on the bottom. So that helps out a whole lot, changing the wire location. And I'm not sure if you can take the old cam and flip it in OSD or anything. I know that's available in some chips. I don't know if it's available in HDzero on this one. So that is a major improvement, I think. And then, so these two together is what makes the HDzero Whoop. And you don't need anything else besides the motors and the frame and the props. That's all you need. And plus a camera mount. And we've used the best camera mount we could find as far as keeping it nice and sleek. And the best frame we can find. We haven't cut any corners on this because I don't believe in cutting the frame and cutting any corners because I don't want to lose the durability. So we have the durability in the frame and the smallest camera mount we can make, and we have 18.6 grams, and I think that's pretty minimal. You can see these wires on the bottom here, they are pretty tight, but not too tight, but they are tight. And so we have another one here. Hey, how's it going, Casardo FPV? Nice to see you in the chat. What's the name of this frame? The name of this frame is the Cockroach. So this is a newbie drone Cockroach AF, light AF, and I'm sure you guys can know what that's gonna stand for. Airframe. It stands for airframe. So that is what, and it's guaranteed for life. So they say if you break this frame, you can send it back, or you might not even have to send it back. You can probably just take a picture. I don't know, but evidently it comes guaranteed for life. So if you do break it, you can just get a new one. And I think that's something, it being lighter than the Beta FPV airframe, and it being guaranteed for life, I think that is something to brag about having. And I think it's more rigid, to be honest with you. I've crashed it, and I've got more life out of this frame than I have the Beta FPV airframe. So I was really happy with that. So this, we also have another Whoop here, and this is the UWL by 533. So our UWL by 533, we're still using the Meteor 75 for now. And then we have the Happy Model 19,000 kV. We also have the Eco Cam in this one, and the HDzero board. Now, I'm going to say that they come with these plugs, but the plugs does not work with the Meteor 75 frame, so we have to straight solder this. And if you are looking to build this for yourself, this is not an easy task at all. So I'll just go ahead and say soldering this on without messing up the frame or anything else is not an easy task. So it's up to you whether you want to do it or just buy a ready to fly, but just keep that in mind that you're not going to have fun soldering these motors on this frame or on this AIO with this frame. So we have so the final weight on this one is I believe it's 40.85. The 40 is its lowest number. So let me check it here on the scale. Oh yeah, I gotta have a battery also. So 49.1 is what this one weighed, is 49.1. So the lightest you can be is 40 grams, and I believe our last one was 41.5, or even more than that. Probably it was probably more along to 42. So you're at least losing a gram or a gram and a half of weight with this new board. But we wanted to put LEDs all the way around, but that just weighed too much, and we're going to leave that to the analog one, having the LEDs all the way around. We still have it up to spec here, and you're going to be at the lightest weight with HDzero with this board in it. So now you can now order the UWL with the AIO 5 HDzero board and the EcoCam combination. So this is what it looks like with it on. Alright. Now, I want to tell you some things about this board that's very important that I never heard of on the board. And one of the things is antenna placement. So they tell you on this board, let me go top down. They tell you on this board that the antenna here for your video, that you're not supposed to have it anywhere going this way over the board. They say from here to here is good, but from here to here is bad. Same with the ELRS. It says the ELRS, it comes with it laying down like this. And they say that this is the wrong way, and having it stood up on the board is the right way. So you want to make sure your antenna orientation is right for the best results. And the orientation we have it right now is what they said was for the best results, and that's going off the user manual. So you want to make sure you do that orientation. All right. So that is what we have on the HDzero stuff. We're going to fly it around, and you guys are going to see what it looks like going through the shop. And compared to analog, I think it's way better. Lucas says he started about four to 5 months ago and went straight to DJI, which he loves. However, it's quite expensive, and I'm a bit worried about risking an O3 air unit. What would be the next best option? Well, Lucas, this is going to be on all of what you like and what you prefer, but so I've noticed a few things, and I started with freestyle, and I started with DJI myself, and with DJI, every time I would get crazy with it and try doing tighter and tighter tricks, I would actually end up crashing it, and I never knew why. But and I tried getting used to it and getting better, but I'd always end up crashing the tighter the tricks I got, the cooler the moves I tried doing. And then when I got into racing, I was like, wow, I'm able to do these gates really fast and not have a problem. And then I learned a little thing called latency. And I noticed this when we go freestyling with some guys, that the DJI guys, the crazier the tricks they have, the more they crash. And it's not a skill issue. It's more of what you see in the goggles. And I'm going to say that, in my opinion, that, this is totally my opinion. In my opinion, that HDzero, even though it costs a lot to get into, that in the long run it saves you a whole lot of money. And the reason why is because not only you're getting cheaper camera units and you can also buy analog and actually see. Because I started when I started out with DJI, I got me a pair of Fat Shark goggles and got me a analog uh, unit, and I hated it. I totally hated it, and could not fly with my analog on there because I wanted to get in racing. I wanted to have something cheap. I wanted to be able to crash something and not worry about spending a fortune. And also, all the racers they don't want you flying DJI. So whenever I got the HDzero goggles, that changed everything for me. I no longer hated analog. I started flying analog more, and was able to see. And being able to see is a major thing to me. So, and I've tried Orca, I've tried HDzero, I've tried Fat Shark, I've tried Walk Snail. Walk Snail's not bad. But it's kind of like DJI. But as far as what I prefer to go ahead and invest into a pair of goggles that cost me a lot now, and then in the long run it saves me a whole lot of money, because I'm going to be crashing stuff. Everybody's going to be crashing. If you the more you get into it, the faster you go, the tighter freestyle you do, the tighter racing that you do, you're going to be crashing. I mean, it's just going to happen. And I think you get more experience the more you fly, and that means you're just going to be crashing more. So that's why I think HDzero is what's worth it to me. Now, I do have to say you need to really take care of those goggles, because goggles are fragile. Any pair of goggles are fragile, and if you go banging them around and stuff, you are going to damage them. So I'm going to say, get you a case for them, and don't abuse them. All right, let's see here. So you probably started a debate in the chat here. Hey, what's going on, MTM 555? Nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, the VTX are cheap. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And you know, HDzero is really the way to go. You know what? They've come out with this new screen, and I got one now. And something really cool, if you wanted to try it out, you can get one of these HDzero screens, and they've got a HDMI output on the side of it. And I think these are like $180, and they take up to 6S. But yeah, if you want to try it out, you can do an HDMI out and just buy one of these, and you can see analog and HDzero on here. And which, you know, if you like to go to races and view people racing, this is really neat to have, because you just sit there and watch them. So if you want to try out HDzero and not have to pay a bunch to decide, this is one thing. I don't think the latency, though, is as good as the HDzero goggles. So you'll still have the the latency issue if you make this something you're trying to depend off on goggles. But as far as wanting to see what it looks like in person and see and get a feel into what you're looking at, this is a good way to look at it. All right, I'm going to read the chat here. Lucas says it's exactly what he's on right now is the Fat Shark goggles. Is that what you're talking about? MTM says, Lucas says, if you want to avoid rolling screen on rapid fire on HDzero and analog, you need to use legacy mode. It seems to help him. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Boogie says, how about the new Walk Snail box goggle? I have not tried the new Walk Snail box goggle. I've had the only Walksnail one that I have is the VRX. I bought the VRX, and I had them on my goggles, my HDzero goggles, for the HDMI out to HDMI in to the goggles. And I used it for a long time. The reason why I stopped using HDzero Walksnail. The reason why I stopped using Walksnail is because I was getting connection issues, and it took me a long time to pair and actually see it through my HDzero goggles, and for some reason it would be overheating, and I just got frustrated with it, and then so I just decided to just go with HDzero and analog, and I still have my DJI goggles, so and I still have the Walksnail ones too, so if I ever just want to fly a DJI, which I have my Avadas, and I have a DJI FPV, you know, I really like DJI's products, their drones that they put out themselves for the goggles, but as far as the air units and stuff like that, I'm not too crazy about. MDM says he's got himself a Whoop Light VTX for his 5-inch. I have a Eco on one of my 5 inches. I have the Eco on my switchback, and seems fine to me. I don't see much difference between having the Eco on there and between having analog on there, except just get a little bit better picture quality. Is Walksnail even allowed for racing? So Walksnail has a racing mode, and what 533 is trying to do is 533 is trying to allow HD into racing, and that's why they have the Tiny Trainer HD. That comes with Walksnail or DJI. So yeah, Walksnail and DJI is making its way into racing, and I believe 533 is paving that way with the Tiny Trainer HD. So that's a great craft. I don't know if you guys ever flew the Tiny Trainer HD, but the Tiny Trainer HD on 3S, you kind of got something you can get used to and fly around and not have to worry about all the power. And then you stick that sucker on 4S, and it will fly. It will just rip it. It'll just go. So that's one of my favorite drones, actually. Walksnail Goggle L box ones. How about those? Because they are cheaper than HD. Boogie, the only ones I have is the VRX. I think we have a set that we test with, but I have not flown it for a long time to make an opinion on it, so I don't know. I don't like the thingy you're talking about. Don't like that thingy you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Also, what frame rate should I put HDzero 90 FPS on? DaVinci Resolve 60 FPS, 30 FPS. You always want the highest FPS that you can possibly get. The more frame rates per second, that's what I always put on. The most you can possibly get. Yeah. So Philoblaster says HDzero all the way. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to agree. And you know, it's to each his own on this. It's whoever is just enjoying and having fun flying with whatever you're seeing through is, you know, what you prefer flying is up to you. But if you want to get into racing and doing close environment tricks or going up to gates and stuff like that, then you're going to need to do something with analog or HDzero, in my opinion, because of latency. Alright, so we are going to set up a stream here. Set up a live feed here. And maybe I get to try out my little screen here. But I want to fly the Whoop here in just a second whenever Carter gets done testing his drones. I think he's testing a lot of drones, so we're going to wait on him to get done because the last thing I want to do is interfere with that. But, so on the last live stream, which I kind of made it disappear, some of you guys see me completely fail on a battery checker, and we have improved them now. And now I'm going to build one successfully on the stream. So, we have two different colors. We have red and blue. Does anybody want to suggest a color, red or blue, on which one we're going to build? So, hey, what's going on, Love for God? Good to see you in the chat. Man, I can't find anything. Nothing. No arms. Zoop, what kind of arms are you looking for? Blue. Mayan Hawk has said blue.
Blue LEDs.
So, what?
You gonna flip some wires for me?
Huh?
You gonna flip some wires for me?
What'd you do?
You can do that
You
easy.
did it right?
Yellow.
There's Carter.
You can flip those easy.
I know,
You're on
but
the stream,
they're
Carter.
going into the...
He's back, finally.
Yep.
He's been testing.
they're going into the-
You got any of the drones you've been testing? You want to show one off?
Yes.
So it's a light switch V2. He's going to show you the drone he's been testing and having fun with. MTM 555 said hello. Alright, so here's a blue case. Here's a blue cover. We have a brand new screen. Carter's going to show you his drone right here.
Yeah, this is running on the new AM32 firmware, so it actually sounds
Ooh.
different when you plug it in. If you listen,
That's a different sound for
Right.
sure. How's it fly?
it flies pretty good once you get it all set up and everything.
Yeah.
Is
Is it a little bit different to set up than?
I actually don't know if they have a configurator or not. Like BL Heli had the BL Heli 32 suite you could use.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have one for AM32 or not. But just doing regular beta flight tuning, you can get it working.
But it flies great.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
flies good. So
Cool.
hopefully it should be the future then.
Yeah. That's
after
awesome.
all the BL Heli stuff disappears.
Good deal. MTM said hello to Carter.
Oh yeah, MTM, what's up? I remember him.
All
Is
right.
32 any good for racing? Don't know yet. I mean, it seems like it flies good.
We just got him in
like
the
this
shop.
is brand new.
Yeah. This is our first batch of drones that we're trying out with AM32, and we will let you know for sure. All right, so we got LEDs here. And so what I had problems with last time was making the LEDs work and making everything just work together. And then I had some cases crack. And you know, I just came out with it whenever I started that first one. So sometimes everything doesn't go right the first time. You just got to go back at it and figure it out. But now we got it figured out. So on the prototype, the problems I was having is I figured out how to make the LEDs run off the back of this board. So on the back of this board, it's got pinouts, and I found out how to make this pinout work. on the back of this board, and what happened is whenever you turned it over, this number here, it would glitch out after a while. Like, it wouldn't do it when you first soldered it up. It looked great, but you know, after a couple days of using it, this number would start going weird. So I had to do away with that. And then I tried adding a beck. Well, for some reason, every beck that I got would blow up, and I wasn't happy about that, because I didn't want to take, like, it was like 2 out of 4 becks would work, and it was like a 60-40 chance whether you got a good beck or not. And I want to be able to plug any battery into it and not have a problem at all, because I mean, even if a beck did pass in my hands, I would feel terrible to go somebody else and it just blow up. So I had to figure something out, and so what I figured out was, or what I thought the best solution was, is use 24-volt LEDs. So whenever you plug in a 6S, you get that bright LED look, and it still works on other voltages. We might make that improve later on down the road, but I think that is the best option for now. And we're talking about keeping it cheap also. We want to keep it simple and keep it cheap. Because when I start adding more components into it, and we start throwing more stuff into this build, then yeah, more features and making it work with everything, then the price is going to go up, and that's not what I want. I don't want a battery checker that the price is outrageous, because they're already out. There's plenty of voltage checkers out there that's freaking crazy on the price. So I just wanted something easy and cheap. So let's make this. And so what I would do is, first off, I'm going to take my XT60 and I'm going to pre-solder my XT60.
There is a different way. It's a lot different.
So just get some solder on this XT60 and get it flowing.
Did you flip it?
Oh, I got a little bit down into the XT60. Oops. No big deal. We'll just put it on the lead here. There we go. Get it on the other side of the XT60.
I just want to make sure that works first.
And you don't have to fill it up. Just get some solder started on it.
Wait.
And we'll do it to both sides of the XT60. And we'll put on our XT30. Alright, we're going to let them cool down a little bit. Now I'm going to we'll let them cool there. And then, so this right here, what I do is I take the case and then I go to the bottom here, just like, or I go about like that right there, or just measure it. You can also measure it with your thumb. So just cut it off about 1/4 inch past your thumb. So if you put the end of the screen to the line there, that's where you cut it off at. Alright, now this screen here, it will get scratched. So we're going to do something super simple right here. We're going to take some clear Scotch tape. Cut a piece of it off. And then we're just going to cover this screen with Scotch tape. And it's a super easy, cheap screen protector. So now you don't have to worry about that screen scratching up. And I'm just going to cut the tape off the edges. And the whole point of this is to be simple, easy, and cheap. There we go. And if you turn your scissors the right way, you can get it really close and cut off all the excess.
Could it be the wrong hertz?
No, that only
All right.
flies.
Now, I'm going to take my XT60 and I'm going to stick it down in there like that, and then it clicks into place. I don't know if you heard that click, but it clicks into place. And what I like to do is push it just a little bit more. You guys got vice grips over there?
The wiring and the receivers.
You guys got the needle nose? Will you hand me the needle nose?
These?
Yep, thank you.
Could be loose on this.
So I just take my needle nose and I push it
Just check.
right there.
Just make sure it's got a
Now I'm going to take the XT30, turn it the same way,
connection on the receiver. Everything's wired.
push it in,
Because look, yellow is your forward.
right there. So there you go. There's the XT60 and XT30s in there. Now I'm going to take the back of my screen
So there's two things.
and I'm going to put
Four things you can do.
double-sided tape on it. I'm using double-sided Gorilla tape, so I'm going to put just on there like that. Cut it off. Now you got ears on it, and we'll cut these ears off with some wire snips. Trim up this side. There you go. We have the double-sided tape on it. That's ready to go. Now I want to take my screen and I want to make sure that it fits in the hole. Now sometimes resin printing goes a little bit different. So if it's tight like this one's a little tight. I'm going to take a razor blade and I'm just going to kind of scrape the sides a little bit. It doesn't take much. That way we get a nice tight fit. There it goes. Then it fits right in there. See how easy that was? Now I'm just going to strip each wire. I usually use my fingernails to strip the wires. You can use a pair of wire pliers or whatever you want, a knife. I think it's easy just to use your fingernails. So now you're going to take the white and red wire. You're going to put it together. There we go. They're both twisted up. I'm going to pre-solder this. Alright, now that's pre-soldered. Now I'm going to take a motor wire. I'm going to trim the end off, and I just need a little bit. And I'm going to go on the positive side, and I'm going to solder in the positive side. I need to pre-solder this wire, sorry. It was pre-soldered, but it wasn't taken. So there we go. We'll solder in the positive side.
Try to do them both, reseating and moving the other end too. I've seen that fixing before.
Now I'm going to take and bend it over to the other positive side like that. And then I'm just going to cut it. Give it just a little bit of room. Strip this side. Pre-solder this side. Take my tweezers. Hold it down to the other positive side. And solder it in. I'm going to push it down. Make sure every little strand is soldered in. Just push it down. There we go. Take my motor wire again. Strip it. Pre-solder it. Now I'm going to put it in the negative side. Bend it over. Cut it. Pre-solder it. I just want the tip, so we'll cut some of that off. Take my tweezers, bend it over, and then we're going to solder that in. There you go. Push it down to the case. All right. Now, the LEDs, we're going to take the end of it and pre-solder these pads, and the best way to do this is if you take the edge of your mat and put it down like that, and then I clean the end of it with a razor blade because it's got adhesive on it, so I clean the adhesive off. Pre-solder this. Then just get you a piece of wire. Here is a yellow and white one. Just need to remember which one is going to be positive and which one's going to be negative. You can use any leftover wire from a build. You don't have to have any special wire for this. They're just LEDs. On this one I'm going to use white as the positive and yellow as negative. You also don't need much of this, so I'm going to do the same thing. Go from the end of the case to the bottom of the case. cut that wire. So that's all of the wire that you need. Go ahead and pre-solder this wire too. Now I'm going to start from the right side, and then I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to leave it hanging off a little bit, and I want to leave some of the front of the screen sticking out. Then I'm going to pull the tape off, and we'll loosely wrap it around because I want the lights to work all the way around it. So I'm going to loosely wrap it around, let it stick up a little bit on that end. See how I got it loosely wrapped around? And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I come to this end, my cut mark is right here. And I'm going to cut it right on the cut mark because I want those LEDs to work all the way around. So there you go. You got like two little ears up here, like that, and then it almost looks like a cat. Alright, now you're going to start soldering to your board. Round is ground. Square is positive. So on the XT60, I'm going to do positive first. And we'll use tweezers so you can see what I'm doing here a little bit easier. I'm so used to using my hands. Put a little bit more solder on this to make it flow a little bit better. There we go. Then we'll do the ground too.
Just to get the thread to show, I have to. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Now, we're going to do the positive negative on the LED side on the XT30. And I always put just a little extra solder on it to make it look nice and pretty. And just tap it. And there you go. Alright, now we're going to take a battery and we're going to check it. So here's a battery. There you go. You got the light, and it looks super bright on this. It looks super bright. So I'm going to turn my light off and hopefully... There you go. It looks super bright, guys, but I can see it just fine in person. And you can see the screen just fine in person. So it's just on the camera. It looks like that. It looks super bright like that. Alright, and that's the soldering for it right there. And I think that is pretty easy right there. So now, I want these to stay in place. So I'm going to take hot glue and I'm going to put 3 squirts in it. One in between the XT60, one in between the XT60 and XT30, and one in between the XT30. Now, I'm going to put the screen inside of that. Now I'm going to take the backing off of the double-sided tape on the back of the screen. So you want to make sure the screen is fitting inside of the hole. There you go. Now, here's the tricky part. You're going to want to make sure that screen stays in the hole a little bit. And then you also want to take your hot glue. And you're going to do this fast. We'll put your line right here. And you're just going to hold it for a second.
I think if this doesn't work, I think
And there you go. So I can now push down my screen. My screen is now stuck to the back wall. And we're just going to let that dry just like that. I do see an LED wire in there. I'm going to push it back just a little bit while my hot glue is still a little warm. There we go. Everything's in place now. Alright, so now all I should have to do is plug in the battery checker. And it checks my battery. There you go. There's a finished battery checker. You got your little belt strap on the back. And everything's done with this one. It's ready to go. Alright guys, so that's how you build the battery checker. And that's super simple, super easy. And now you don't have to worry about having any problems with checking your batteries, you know, and fiddling with a bunch of stuff. And it keeps you having something super easy to pull out and use for a battery checker. So I think that's easy enough to make. Let's see what the comments say. Is there any comments about it? Lucas says, or MTM says, won't ESCs become cheaper than switching to AM32 because they don't gotta buy lenses or what? License? Oh, license. I ain't had any problems buying licenses for any ESCs. So, I don't know about the licenses or anything like that, or have any problems about it. But AM32 seems. I've actually flew AM32 a while back when we had SkyStars started doing that with the AM32 stack. They had an AM32 20x20 mini stack, So I flew that one, and it was a ripper. That thing would really go pretty fast. All right, so let's see here. We are going to show you some feed here. Carter, can I plug up my HDzero screen to this right here?
Hang on. Well, where, are you finding a whoop inside?
Yeah.
Then look. Oh yeah, just straight into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first time of me using my screen. And do we have a charged battery over here?
Which one about these?
Probably need a connector for it, don't I?
What are you trying to power the screen?
Yeah, just powering the
You
screen.
just might have enough to do it for now.
Okay. Oh, crap. So this is the first time I'm powering on this screen. Hey, it works. All right. I'm going to plug it in to the computer. Now, Kurt, I gotta have a mini, don't I? An HDMI mini.
Oh yeah, go get the adapter off of the other end.
Okay.
That's what. That's yeah. I forgot about that part. Why not? That's a skill issue, baby. That's a skill issue.
All right, plug this in here.
You know what David tried to do too? It's the holes this big.
Okay, we can see it on the switcher. So we're going to be flying this one right here. Be flying this one first. Get me a charged battery. Can I see the remote, Carter?
Yeah.
Are these specifically catered to people who have like focus, or what's it called? Something sets.
So here is the HDzero 65mm whoop. I've got my camera angle really low
It's gonna fall off of this one.
because I'm not the best racer in the world, and I like a low camera angle. All right. Put the battery in. All right, the battery's in. It came right up on the screen here. All right, you guys can see me here. I'm going to wipe off the screen a little bit just in case it's dirty. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on my remote. I want to do that, huh? I'm going to have to plug in and re-plug here. So this is the 65mm whoop on the first one made here. First whoop by 533. It's HDzero at 65mm. Alright.
You got antennas on it?
What?
The screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, Carl, you tell me if they can see pretty good here.
Holy crap, that's clear.
Yeah, it's got you all the way back there.
Good
There's a little
deal.
breakup, but you can clearly tell what's happening.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Brody. Wave high. There's Carter. The back of Carter. What's Brody working on here?
My quad.
Nice.
The only thing I've noticed about it, it seems like it gets hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
does
getting
get
hot
warm,
while you're
doesn't it?
flying it.
Yeah, I see that. Here's the hard one. Oh yeah. There's 3D printers. Oh, look at that trophy.
Why is the back?
A DRL trophy. Isn't that nice? This is pretty cool. I could just kind of explore around with it. And look at our t-shirt maker. And then we got the laser. Here's how they laser your motors. Here's a laser for foam. They actually laser the foam here.
He's up in there.
Here is ripsticks,
Oh, actually, never mind. I
TPU,
can do
hardware.
the, too.
There is where your customer packages are. Oh,
There, you stay on the truck.
I am low on battery.
Where
Go
are
save
you?
me.
Where are
Brody,
you? at?
save me.
What are you?
I'm next to the packages.
Dude, it's dying sitting there. Look,
It's dying.
the battery's dead.
Yeah, battery's dead.
It's a battery sucker, and it gets hot.
Well, there ain't no telling how old that battery is on
I've
there.
never seen one.
Yeah.
die that, like, it's dead.
It's dead, a can arm.
I've never seen one die like that.
So that was pretty cool.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm
Hold
gonna
on, Carter.
I'm gonna fill the chip. The chip ain't that hot. I mean, it's a little warm. It ain't like smoking hot. Oh yeah, it is kind of warm.
I'm not bound currently. Oh, that is not like that.
I know.
All right, I am gonna run another one. Well, no, I'm not. I can see Carter's hand, so I'm not gonna run another one
Yeah,
yet.
let me just real quick.
That's pretty cool though. You could do like a shop tour with a little 65 mil loop and see it the whole time.
Skip, can I try here in a minute?
Usually, yeah, you could try it. I don't care.
I've not tried HDzero, the new AI board.
Yeah, you could try it.
What hertz is it? How many? Like what camera?
The Eco Cam,
So it's only 60?
is that 60?
I believe so.
But I mean, you could see it like analog. It breaks up in the front of the shop, over next to garage doors. It breaks up. This one don't. It don't break up at all.
I just don't like the, like how on the loop light, the loop lights are 60 hertz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you were to put like a Nano 90 on it, it's going to be like way too heavy.
Too heavy.
Yeah, that thing would be like 24 grams with just a Nano 90.
Yeah, but think about how good.
Oh yeah, it looked great, but I'd rather still be able to fly fast and.
No wonder I couldn't get signal.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, skip this one later.
Huh? And then we'll try this one out too. But Carter's got a program, so he's got to do his job here. I can't distract him from doing his job like I always do. Oh, you want to see this one?
Yeah.
Did you see the battery checker I made on the stream?
Does it work good?
Yeah, it works. It's freaking perfect. Look at that.
Alright, now do yours, buddy.
That's freaking beautiful.
Here, shit.
Carter, can we turn out the lights?
Yeah.
We're going to turn out the lights and look at this screen and see how bright it is. So we'll do a scenario here.
What's wrong?
Be like, oh no, we lost power.
Check through a short.
So we lost power.
It doesn't even get USB power. That's definitely
So,
something bridge.
Here we got
Real close.
our light. You can see my hand pretty easily. So here is our drone. We can see the drone pretty nice.
Unless it's the HDzero.
And I can even see it held back pretty good. It's just like a light. And then you can see your voltage. 22.1. Might want to charge this one. It's pretty low.
Double check.
Look how bright that thing
It
is.
doesn't even get USB power, and that's bad.
That's freaking awesome. There you go. Poof, it's out. Simple little voltage checker. Got them in red and blue. It's random. It's random whether you get it in red or blue.
Oh my god.
The red ones are kind of limited. So if you get a red one, feel lucky that you got a red one.
SLRS, I just laid it flat so I could get
Alright, we are going. Well, nope, they're still working on it. Oh, is that one you're checking for the order?
Yeah. Alright, you're good.
Alright, so here we're going to run another battery. Carter's getting. Look at this remote he tests on every day. Isn't that thing nice?
It's two of the limited edition ones put
It's
together.
freaking nice. I wish I had a leather handle Radiomaster remote.
You know you get the leather handles, right?
Yeah, you can. Can you get them for any drone or any Radiomaster?
Yep. All Radiomaster.
Alright, turn your.
That'd be cool to have
Yeah,
on my
for sure.
boxer. All right.
Make sure it's wrong.
Let's do the Underground Whoop League this time. Let's fly it around.
Oh, it's not in New York too, yeah.
It's not. Oh, that's my fault. It only gets USB power on the that's why.
You guys gonna be messing with video channel right
For
now?
like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Wait a second. There we go. Please.
We're gonna wait just a second for
Let's
these guys.
go. Okay, go to modes real quick.
Oh,
So, did anybody have any questions? Let's see what they had. If they had any questions last time.
There you go,
If
down.
anybody has any questions about anything I've showed right now, feel free to ask,
okay.
and we'll answer your questions as best as we possibly can. But on the last show, so we got rid of the last show because I had an epic disaster with the voltage meter, to be honest.
Ride Trasher is
Oh my goodness. Playing somebody else's stuff here. Alright, so we are going to start the UWL. So the UWL, it's one of my favorite ones because it's very easy to race. It's very fun to race. They last for a very long time in flight time, and especially ours. So Let me plug this up and get it going here. Where's my dog at? I didn't even think I moved. I guess I took them off over here. Alright, here we go. So, UWL's going with HDzero. There we go. So this one is on CAC, which is the program we use for racing. So this one is RPM limited. It's ready to go as far as that goes. There we go. Oh yeah. Clear footage all the way. So an analog, when we get over here, it get real staticky. How's it look on the camera there, sir?
It looks pretty staticky, but you can clearly make out what it's saying.
Oh well.
There's just a little.
On my goggles,
It looks perfect
doesn't
for
look.
this part.
Doesn't look.
It's just a little staticky.
You can still
Oh,
feel
that's
probably
what's going on.
It's probably because going through me, the screen.
No, let me turn the patch antennas that way.
Yeah.
Now go do it.
All right. How's it now?
That helped it a lot.
Oh wow, now it's literally perfect.
Well, it's definitely perfect on the goggles. And here's a real test right here. There's a concrete room. Now on the goggles, I can see it's getting a
bad
little
on the screen.
staticky.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is a concrete room, guys. But I could still see. I went through it. So if I'd done that on analog, I would have completely lost it and not been able to see anything. In my goggles, though, I could see.
You know about that?
It might be the middle. Oh, wait,
Alright, I cooled it off by flying around fast. And there's a trophy there. Now the reason why I'm not just hitting gates with this drone is because this is a customer's drone. This is Z King's father-in-law's drone, and I don't want to crash it, so I'm not hitting a bunch of gates and stuff. I just want to test it out and make sure it works good.
Go look at yourself in the bathroom mirror. Oh, this mirror right here.
In the mirror over here?
Yeah, right here.
I bet you this is tricky. I ain't never looked at myself through a mirror. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, get real close to it.
That's just weird.
Ooh. It shot up.
Alright, I'm at 3.4. I need to land. Well, I was able to pull off. I just flying a little bit. Coming in, really low battery. There we go. So there's the UWL, guys. And I think Brody wants to fly the 65 mil. You want to fly the 65 mil, Brody?
Yeah, sure.
I'm using the drone as like a vlogging camera now. Look at the red against my face. That looks so weird.
You should do some of those. It's on Amazon.
Skip, you want to see the newest practice squad?
Is this your practice club? That looks kind of sturdy. Looks like it will take some hits, especially with that nice brace on it. Did you build that to just keep up and keep on going and take a hit and keep on going?
Oh yeah.
That's a nice solder. Did you solder that?
Yeah.
You soldered the ESC?
Yeah.
That was good.
Thanks. Those are the Foxeer motors.
Look at that solder job, guys. It looks nice. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but here, we'll put it underneath the scope, underneath the light. Look at that. Looks great.
Thanks.
Good job.
You like the Black Series?
Yeah, I do like the Black Series. Do they rip? I ain't flew them
Oh,
yet.
sorry, man.
Are they?
On throttle limit, they sound a little like they just sound throttle limited.
Yeah.
But if you don't fly with the throttle limit, or like not throttle limit, but RPM limit.
Yeah.
Like I fly like 28,000 RPM limit, but if you fly open,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it sounds.
Can you tell
insane.
a major difference between those
Definitely,
and
best
Champions?
motors I've ever flown.
Best motors you ever flown?
Out of like Champions, Heads Ups, MCKs, Yukis,
Yeah.
all of them, best ones I've flown.
That's cool.
Where'd the goggles go?
Faceit has them.
Right. Here, I got the battery. You want to go test the trail now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one outside real quick.
Okay.
And then I'll fly the 65. We'll test one flying.
Well, I guess killed that battery. Unless somebody, did you turn it off? No, I guess it killed the battery then. Oops. Carter is going to go test the drone out.
Wait. Oh yeah, I'm using mine already. Shoot.
What?
My battery for the steering.
You want to show them you testing the drone out?
Yeah.
Alright, so Carter's going to show you guys testing the drone out. We'll get you all plugged up and hooked up here. Brody, you want to talk on the stream for a minute?
What do you want to talk about?
I want you to talk about those motors and what
Can I get the
all you could do with those
and the
motors.
micro thing? Okay. That needs to go halfway down.
So tell them about laser engraving and everything else.
So the new Black Series motors, 2207s. Same thing as Champs. Actually, I think the Champs are higher kV, maybe.
No, those are higher kV.
These are higher kV. Okay, these are higher kV than Champs and heads-up motors. They fly super good. They're completely blackout. Like you can, what camera?
Those are 2100 kV.
Yeah, these are 2100 kV, 31 grams. But I think we actually cut it down. How many grams did we get it down to?
So you're getting it like a gram and a half down from the Champion motors.
So these are the these are definitely the fastest motors we have right
it's
now.
almost like 5 grams total on the end of the arm, which on the end of the arm means a lot.
So they're also the most efficient motors we have. Like so when you're flying, you want better efficiency for like how does that work? Skip.
What?
Like the efficiency on motors.
Is it
Like
gray? Okay.
Well, I mean, the lighter the motor is, the less weight you're going to have. And then, so the less weight you have, the more power you're going to have and the more efficiency you're going to have.
yeah, and of course these motors come completely blacked out. Like, there's absolutely nothing on them, but you can get them customized, and like it's so whenever you order them, you have the option to put a logo or anything on them. I of course went with my pilot name Foxeer.
So Carter is fixing to test fly a Light Switch V2 with these Black Series motors on them.
But yeah, as soon as you order them, they come straight to me. I go in there and I can make it on the machine. And yeah, you can basically put whatever you want. It just can't like everything. You should be able to do any logo that you want, But yeah, they turn out really nicely. You get a bunch of different options. I mean, they're fully customizable.
I think Carter is ready to show us some footage here. So here we go. We've got a drone here with the Black Series motor. He's going to do a test hover first.
And he's also looking, since this is AM32, he's also looking for any flutter or any abnormalities that you would see or hear in a quad. So that's also what he's doing. Because on some of the new AM32, like on some of the new ones, it's having a little bit of issues with flutter, so we've had to tune him a little bit. And that's something he's looking for, especially when you see him go slow around the big tree. That's something he'll look for.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing right there.
And that's also right there. Like that's what he's looking for, is that noise right there. So that's also another guarantee you get when you order Ready to Fly, is that if your quad needs any tuning whatsoever, we will do that before it comes out the door. Instead of you getting it and it having flutter and then you having to go in and tune, deturn or something. That can all can get complicated, but of course if you get Ready to Fly, we do that for you.
So Carter makes sure it's going good around the gates, it feels good, it's something that he would like to fly himself. And we won't put out a drone unless we know that it's good to fly ourselves, and we want the best. And Carter is pretty picky when it comes to how a drone sounds. He actually has an earphone that on some of the VTXs they play sound, and he actually listens to some of them. I don't know if this one has sound or not.
It doesn't. The HDzero doesn't, but most analog ones do, or some at least. And he has a earbud that comes out of his goggles that records onboard audio, and it's actually a lot easier to hear because it's hard to hear flutter when you're going full throttle because drones are just so loud. So that's why we have to go slow to hear it. Like that's why he's just going slow movements right here. But like if you go like if you're going full throttle with the earbud, you can actually hear the flutter. So that is a plus side on having that earbud. And I believe that's on the Fat Sharks. Do you know what they are?
He's got Sky Zone, I think.
Are those Sky Zone?
Yeah.
Can you set that on his desk? Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, good.
With the pink props.
I like it. That's nice.
I'm about to have to take it out there.
There we go. So Carter has done his flight test right there on a customer's drone. I believe it's going to Kentucky. And it's a big order we have. And so this one right here, this one is Z King. I don't know if you guys know Z King. He's in Middle Tennessee. This is his father-in-law's drone right here. And like we said, we have the antenna sticking up for ELRS right here on the side, kind of tucked into the side here. And then we have the HDzero antenna coming out the back right here. And that's the orientation they said that was give you the best results.
Yeah, I think the batteries on this radio.
But how did it sound, Carter? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. Did it look okay on there?
Yeah, it looked great. Let's see the drone. The motors are just slightly warm, which is normal. I don't feel any extreme heats.
Is that bound of the touch
I'm gonna feel the ESC. It's a nice thick ESC.
Mm-hmm.
This one has got the Axis flying stack in it, and no, it looks good. The solders look really nice. We'll go ahead and do the last check here and kind of look it over. It looks really nice so far, what I can see. Make sure the gummies are nice and squishy. Yep, they're good. Everything is nice on this one. I look at every little detail when I'm looking at this. We've got a little zip tie on the back here for the capacitor, which we try to put on all of ours. Carter zip ties his receiver onto the back standoff.
With the tape too, so it doesn't move.
Okay, with the tape also. Some people put them down on the ESC, and some people put them on the standoff, put them on the standoff. It looks good either way. I like the way it looks.
And if it's a big receiver like Crossfire, the ELRS Dual, I'll do it sideways.
Okay.
Standoffs.
Yeah.
See if we can run the root.
No, this one looks
All
great.
right, let me go get my screen. Set it up.
Let's get into the root.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I will sign that one off. Look here, we got TPU print for the LRS receiver, or print the antenna. That keeps it all nice and neat up there, so you don't just see a bundle of zip ties. You just got one zip tie, and there is the LRS receiver. So the 3D printer that we use is the Bamboo A1 Mini. For most of the radio flies, that's what I like to use. And the reason why is because it prints really well. Like, if you look at these prints, they are just on par. They're solid, nice, pretty prints. And I just love how the A1 Mini prints those out. Carter will usually do a fresh print every build, and he likes to use this dark clear blue, and I think it looks sharp on drones. It actually matches the motors. The motors got blue on them too.
And when we have the R37s in, it matches those.
Okay.
Like we have one prop that's that color right now.
So Carter really likes the R37s. They come with the R38s, but also the R37 is one of his favorite props, and it matches the R37 really nice.
Yeah, it's the same color as that.
So here you got the R37.
No, that's an MCK.
Oh, is that the MCK?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's that color though.
Oh, the R37 is the same color as this?
So it matches the TPU.
So there's a nice match. But yeah.
He said he's ready.
Which one you flying?
The root.
You flying the Whoop? Okay.
It's already set up.
Alright.
You got it plugged in, Brody?
Yep.
Alright.
We are going to get Brody a fresh battery here. And plug him in real quick.
Do you understand how these are sorted? I can make these. I just don't like.
Alright.
Just make you that.
There we go. So we got Brody plugged in.
On these two boxes. If you really, like, I'm not, like, you don't have to, but if you really do.
So Brody's going to fly the HDzero Whoop.
I see.
We'll give him a takeoff pad right here.
Yeah, this one right here, you need one of these. I know this is different than all the other ones. I think that's the. Is it ready?
Yep, it's ready.
Go through my arms, Brody.
I gotta scan.
Carter is going to be a gate. Oh yeah, Brody is going through the door, and there is Carter as a gate. He goes through the gate. You can rip this one, Brody, because it is ours. Oh my goodness, and you crashed it already. What is going on, Brody?
What is this camera angle?
This camera angle is like it's supposed to be a 30. It looks like it's kind of low though.
It does look really low. Because I had to sit.
And Brody takes back off. Here he goes through the bathroom and back through the build room. Then Brody goes through by pilot plane by Carter and through the racks. Hit some gates, Brody. Oh, and he drops it again.
Oh, okay.
Crash flip. Yeah, he's back. He's back off. I'm not good as filibuster on announcing this kind of stuff. Here he goes through the newbie drone gate
Why am I so
very
bad at
slowly.
this?
Bro, do you think you could power loop something?
Yeah.
Alright, power loop not really used to.
Uh-oh, here we go. We're getting crazy. Oh!
Yeah.
Going for it again.
Oh.
Almost. So close.
Dang. Dang. Yeah.
Third time, and he's down. You're out.
I am down.
He's stuck on something.
Gosh dang it. I literally took off with it.
How's it going, Five Pastor? Nice to see you in the stream. Is there any point in installing a 60 amp ESC on a race drone? Well, we use a 45 amp ESC, and look at Brody. He is just ripping this thing. Oh yeah, look at him go. That's how a race drone is supposed to be raced. Go through a gate. Oh,
It's always the gates.
you're going to have to get used to them gates. They're tighter in other places.
Oh, you got it?
Do it again.
I think I could hit it if it was a higher angle. Because I kind of got a flat mount. So.
Yeah. You got to look at the top of the goggles. If you look at the top of the goggles, then you should be able to race better. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I landed out. Alright. My battery's sagging so bad.
Alright.
Oh, I can't even.
Battery is dead. You got 2 minutes and 24 seconds on that battery. But that doesn't mean anything because my batteries are probably old as crap.
Oh, now I gotta go outside and test my quad. This is where
Totally different.
This is where the real test comes in to see if this quad flutters or not. I want it to just fly. Let me take that.
Dude, it's so
Do we call this work? Yeah, we call this work. What? Well, you don't like you don't like our job? You don't think we're doing a good job working here, testing quads out and
That's how you
streaming?
really test
Wait, who
them
said
out.
that?
Fat pastor.
Oh.
That's how you really
I thought
test
that was
them
gonna be
right there.
Evan. I thought that was gonna be Evan.
Yes, Fat Pastor, we call this work. Living the dream, I guess.
Test this out.
Is this the new Lux Cam or just the 5L with Eco? This is the Eco Cam. We're going for lightweight. The Lux Cam it weighs more, and we have our drone at.
That is a kind of bad battery, so.
Let me see. Let me see what we. I think it's 18.6, but I'm going to check on the scale right now.
I think I'm about to get rid of that battery.
So if I throw it on the scale,
I've got a battery like that.
oh yeah, it's got the battery on it.
Okay.
So when I throw 18.61 grams. So with HDzero, it's 18.61 grams with HDzero. And then with without HDzero, it's a whole lot lighter than that. We got a new product we're going to talk about here in just a second. So Brody is testing his drone out. I don't see footage. Yeah, HDzero. Yeah, that is pretty impressive for HDzero because when I first started on the HDzero build, I was in the 20 grams, and I got it down to 19, and then I finally got it down in the 18s. And I don't know what else I can do to make it lighter. I'm not cutting the frame, so don't say cut the frame because that's not going to happen. And the reason why that's not going to happen is me and Evan Turner sat down with a frame and we we cut the crap out of it and cut everything we could possibly cut out of it and then weighed it. And we're like, no, we are not doing that for a quarter of a gram. I am not going to lose the structure or the integrity of the durability of the drone over just a quarter of a gram. That's not happening. So, I believe that I can say for that quarter of a gram, I'm happy to say that my drone can go out the door and be structurally sound and not have to worry about anybody receiving something all cut up and halfway done. So that's my thinking behind it. People might want to cut theirs and make theirs a little bit lighter. That's up to you. So yeah, you could possibly trim some more weight off these boards if you wanted to and make them lighter. But the way they are now, or off these drones and make them lighter, but the way they are now, they're as durable as they come. So yeah, John, I totally it I've seen people shave the ducts, and I've seen people take the wire. They take the antenna wire and they use like motor wire or something like that. And then I've also seen people take like the motor wire and they use the race wire for LEDs for the motor wires. And oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to tell you guys about. One thing, we can make this lighter. We can make this almost a gram lighter. So before we were using Beta FPV 0702 motors, and that's what we were using before. And with those motors, it would be lighter. But
Where's that battery?
we are sacrificing a half a gram
It's super light.
for 10 more grams of thrust. So we have a heavier motor that's a little bit more robust, and it looks awesome. I don't know if you've seen these RC Mpu motors, but these RC Mpu motors are really nice. They actually look like a drone motor. Like a big drone motor. It's actually a Unibel, and you can tell it's been CNC'd. But 10 more grams of thrust with the RC Mpu motor than the Beta FPV motors. So that was something that we talked about, and because you're always wanting to make the lightest whoop that you can possibly make. And with analog, I've got it down to like 16.5 or something like that. And with HDzero, I got it down to 18.6, almost 18.5. And I think that half a gram that we could lose with the other ones is well worth having 10 more grams of thrust. That is a game changer to me. Adding that 10 more grams of thrust. So, there are ways to make this lighter, but I think with what we have, this is the best configuration that we've tested and came up with. We've done a lot of testing, and we're pretty happy with how this worked out. So, another thing we wanted to talk about is we got a new camera in, and so I talked to a lot of Whoop guys. I've talked to the FMV or FVM, yeah. I talked to a bunch of guys on Velocidrone, Fat Pastor, Middle Tennessee. They are all into whoops. Soki, all those guys are into whoops, and we've been all kind of like talking and working together on to make the best whoop we can possibly make. And so I want to show you. So we might put a different camera mount on this, but right now this is our ready to fly race whoop. And what we've done is we're using the Cockroach Light AF frame. We're using the 0702 RCM power motors. And then we have a Happy Model board with onboard VTX and ELRS. And then we have a Tiny Whoop pinch cam. So the Tiny Whoop pinch cam is our new cam on our builds. And when I talked to everybody, they all said they want this frame, this AIO, and this camera, and these motors all together to make the perfect race whoop. And we've got it done. It took us a lot of hard work to make the best race whoop we have, and we done. I think we've done it. I think we've put out something superior, and something that can really compete in a race. And it's been a lot of testing and a lot of hard work to make sure everything came together to make this whoop happen. And now we're bringing it to you as a ready to fly. And if you order a ready to fly right now, race whoop, that's what you're getting. So I really hope you guys like the pinch cam and this configuration that we have going on, because it took us a while to make this happen. And I want to thank Jesse Perkins on working with us on the Tiny Whoop pinch cam, and I'm glad we can put out a nice product and kind of do a one up on what Beta FPV put out. We had to put out something a little bit better than everybody else, and we do it for the FPV community's enjoyment, and for you guys to have fun. So I'm really happy this could all come together and make this whoop right here. And now we're implementing HDzero, and here are the two whoops that we have on the website right now. And some people like the way the Tiny Whoop looks, and some people are indifferent about it, but it has a really good low light camera, and we are always using this indoors, and people like to use LED tracks, and that's where the Tiny Whoop pinch cam actually shines. So that's why we've went with this camera. And then it's just a lightweight build. This one right here, it's going to get even lighter too, because there's a couple more things we're going to do to it, and we're going to get it even lighter than what we got it right now. I'm going to weigh this one right now.
What is that?
That came in my dream.
You should go fight somebody.
Look at this.
That's crazy.
Are you being serious?
That thing is 16 grams even. This one right here is 16 grams even. Here, I just got to show you guys. Here, we'll just take the camera and well, here I'll bring the scale over here.
I'm being so serious right now.
I couldn't believe that when I weighed this thing. All right, so I just bring the scale over here and show you guys. There ain't nothing like just seeing it yourself.
Have you talked about the fisheye? You do need to point that out.
I think the people that race tiny whoop cams know what they look like, so. All right. So get this nice and level on my table here. There we go. And so here is the HDzero one. 18.62. And here is the analog one. 16.03. And that's crazy. And you're getting, our old one was 17.2 or something like that. So you're losing a gram and you're getting 10 more grams of thrust. So I think, I think that is a good upgrade to have.
Oh.
So
That HDzero loop is definitely faster. Like, it felt so fast.
oh, faster?
Yeah.
Well, you got this. It's the same build as this one.
It felt so fast. Like, a lot faster than I remember loops feeling.
Well, I mean, they're going to feel a whole lot faster because you're losing a gram and gaining 10 more grams of thrust.
Who is?
We are. So the other one that we flew before, the one with the beta FPV stuff on it, it had 10 less grams of thrust and 1 more gram of weight than this one.
How does the frame choose that?
Huh?
How does the frame differ?
It ain't a frame. It's just the whole build together.
Oh, the beta FPV loop?
Yeah, the one that we had
Board
before,
and motors.
our old race whoop.
Oh, it's a new board?
It's a new
board
whole
and
everything.
motors.
Everything is new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took us a long time to get all this together and make it work. And
I was wondering, because it definitely felt a lot more powerful than...
yeah, it feels totally different. It's like a whole nother drone. I started with this one right here. This is the one I started with. It's the old Tiny Whoop motors, and I think it's the beta FPV light frame, and then it's got, I don't know what kind of cam mount that is, but so this is the one I started with. Here, we'll weigh it. This was an old build from 533 before I worked here, and good grief, 19.47. So this was one of the original ones. I think that they were doing. I mean, that's a major difference in that. Isn't that nuts? I can't believe how far we've came on a whoop. And I mean, this thing looks lightweight. The only thing it doesn't look lightweight is the camera mount on it. But I remember when I flew this thing, every time I would hit like this right here, or no, I would hit like this, and then the bottom of the motor bell would drop out. And I guess it just wore out from flying so much. But yeah, every time I'd hit the ground, that would happen. And these are 19,000 kV. But so this thing was really slow, and I hated flying it. This was not my whoop of choice for sure. So we've actually came a long way, and we're going to keep going, guys. We're going to make it as light as possible. We might even get into the 15 grams soon. I don't know. We'll find out. But I tell you what, I don't believe in. I don't believe in cutting corners. I don't believe in cutting frames. I don't. So I mean, somebody could possibly make it lighter. Buy our Ready to Fly and make it lighter for themselves. But yeah, we don't cut any corners when it comes to making whoops. Is this the AIO5? No, this one is the AIO5 right here. And we got it at 18.6 is what we got it at. And you're getting a lot of thrust out of these motors. I think it's like 90 grams of thrust. I believe that's what it was altogether. So you're getting 90 grams of thrust out of a 18.5 gram whoop. So I mean that's saying something right there. I mean, you could, with 90 grams of thrust, you could pick up a bunch of these. Yeah, the camera mount on that old one is chunky. Yeah, it is real chunky. Yeah, this one right here, heck, it's got, I believe it's got a ghost module on it. And yeah, this thing is heavy as crap. I'm glad I even forgot about this one. It was sitting in my car and I totally forgot about it. So I haven't flown this one in a long time. But yeah, we've came a long ways. You're waiting for your Mobilus 6 to come in? Yeah, so I've been talking to Carl and stuff, and he sent me this board, and he told me just make it as light as you can make it. And that's what I got. Carl is 18.6. So, but like I said, you could make it a whole lot lighter with different motors and by doing other stuff to it. But ethically, I think we're at a good spot with it. But no, that was our major announcement today, was those two whoops, or those three whoops, because we have the AIO in the Underground Whoop League, and then we have the AIO in the HDzero 65 mil race whoop, and then we have our regular race whoop, and that's been optimized to be the smallest and the lightest, or the lightest and the fastest as we can possibly get. And so that is our three drones here: HDzero, Analog, and Underground Whoop League. So I am really happy to get those out. And we have something else coming out here very soon. It's very exciting. And I can't talk about it, but it's going to be freaking awesome. So you guys want to stay tuned for that to come out. And hopefully it'll be out before Christmas, because this thing is freaking nuts. I can't believe it. It's something to be excited about for sure. But we are going to keep that under wraps. But alright guys, I think that's going to do us for the stream. Carter, come here. Come in here for a second. We're signing out. Saying bye. But I think that's what we're going to call it there. We have some HDzero screens in stock, so you guys might want to check that out. And we've got some cool HDzero stuff in the store, so check all that out. And we'll call it there, guys. You guys have a good day. See ya.
Oh, wait,
Bye.
Well, if I can get it off here. See ya. Bye. Bye. See ya.
Bye. Bye. Bye.